mornings and it's already afternoon, so probably just address any questions you guys have. Obviously, I'm Ernie Hudson, and I did the Ghostbusters movies, probably best known, but if you guys are here, you probably already know a lot of the stuff that I've done. So if there are any questions, I tend to ramble on a bit, so we can talk about anything. I mean, nothing's really sort of off limit. If I don't like it, I'll just lie. So, but it's great to be here in Bangor, which I'm told I have to pronounce it correctly. I kept saying banger, and everybody just cringed. So, but good, yeah. So, any questions about anything? Sure.
What was it like driving Ecto?
It was kind of like driving a car. I mean, you know, it's driving an old car, in fact, that never worked right. The car always broke down on us. We're shooting in New York and then crosstown traffic, which is really busy. And the car broke down, we had to go and push it. It never worked right. They just got the car up to run enough to get the shot, and then it would just break down. Those cars, those 59 Cadillacs are really not the best built cars. They paid me a lot of money to go to, was it Phoenix? It was in Arizona, and they had that, the auction, what's the auction, the real famous auction, and they wanted to auction off one of the cars, I guess they used at Universal. So it was a Ghostbuster car, and they were paying me to stand by the car. Like a girl does, you know, stand by. It's okay, because they'll pay me. I'm like, okay, I'll stand by the car, you know. But the car literally broke down. They couldn't drive it on stage. It just, they pushed it out on stage. And still somebody paid $85,000 for it. So. But I think it's because I was standing by it. That's why. Yeah, so, but it was cool. It was great being in the movie. You know, the guys, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, really, really cool people. Sometimes, and it was great. It was great working. It was always great working, and I had a lot of fun on that movie. It was frustrating at times, but and I know somebody's going to ask. So before you do, what do I think about the new Ghostbusters? Yeah, no, plus you know I have to realize you can't joke with the press. I was at a red carpet for something. And they asked me what I thought about the idea of the girls. And I said that if it's all-girl Ghostbusters, it didn't sound like there was a job in it for me. I mean, it was all girls. So, and I said, well, I don't think it's what the fans were expecting. Well, somehow that turned into Ernie Hudson hates women. I don't know. That's not what I said, okay? I don't hate women. And but once it became definite that they're doing it, and I saw with the cast, this is a great cast. I think it's going to be a funny movie. I don't think you can redo Ghostbusters. You know, it has to be something on its own, but it'll be something equally funny and in a different way. And so I'm very happy they're doing it. And yeah, so, you know, and I guess that's all I have to say about that. And now I also heard they're going to do an all-male Ghostbuster. You probably heard that too, so it's supposed to be two happening. We haven't done one in 30 years now. We're going to do two at the same time. But yeah, I love the franchise, love being a part of it. And if I'm offered a job, I'll be very happy. If the pay, you know, I think the character said got a steady paycheck in it, but it has to be steady. Can't be for fun. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'll be in any movie you want. I'll be in the all animal Ghostbuster. How about that? So, but it's cool. It's great to 31 years later, have people who love the movie, who dress up in their jumpsuits and their backpacks and yeah. There's always one, you know. No, I'm very proud of that, man. I just feel so honored by that. You know, those backpacks aren't cheap to make. I mean, it's guys turn their cars into ectomobiles. I was in Brussels, 50 guys showed up, you know. They couldn't speak English, I don't know what the hell they were saying, but they had their Ghostbuster outfits on, and they had 3 ectomobiles. They had turned these cars into ectomobiles with the lights on. I was in the south of France. The guys came all the way from Italy and Spain with their Ghostbuster outfits on. Australia, New Zealand, you know, it's kind of a world phenomenon, and it's very cool. So, if you want to be a Ghostbuster, I'm sure there are local Ghostbuster chapters who would love to include you. They do a lot of charity work, and they have chapters all over the world, like I said. So, yeah. Any other? Sure.
All right. I watched your most special location. My dad and I loved it.
Great.
But I've only just recently watched The Crow in the last couple of years. And I like the movie. I like it, of course. And I'm wondering, how did you feel about being such a dark movie, being one of the few bright spots in it? What is that?
How did I feel about being one of the bright spots in The Crow that was such a dark movie? I knew Brandon Lee about 8 years before he did the movie, and he was really a sweet kid. I mean, Russ, when you reach a certain age, you're everybody's kid. So I knew Brandon was really young, and then we did the movie, and he was just, I just really loved Brandon. He was just a really kind. I don't say that about everybody. I love everybody, so it's not. But I really, really liked Brandon, and when he died in the movie, it was shocking and really sort of unbelievable. But Alex Price, who put the movie together, I thought did a great job. It's one of my favorite films, in spite of what happened, this turned out to be a good movie. So, and I like that character, like the character that I played. So yeah, I mean, I like to work. I'm glad the movie is well received, and people, even, no matter where I go, somebody will mention The Crow and mention Brandon. So yeah, I'm very happy to have been a part of it. I'm not sure how else to answer that, but yeah, it was one of those. There are a few things in my career. I've been acting for about 50 years. This is one of my. I have 4 sons, one of my sons, and my 2 little boys are. Well, my oldest son is almost 50. So, but I've been acting a long time, and there are a handful of movies that people really respond to, and The Crow was one. So, very, very proud to have been in that movie. Yeah.
And just to make sure I didn't make some people the cop.
Well, see, I was feeling really good about that. Until I said, just so I'm sure, you're the guy who did were you the cop or were you the guy with all the knives, sort of, no, it's okay. Yeah, I was in the movie. You'll have to look and see which part I played. I said, oh my God, I love you. I just love all your movies, and especially that movie. And then they'll say The Garbage Man or something. And you go, yeah, but I wasn't in that movie. So, do you have any? Yeah.
Yeah. What was the most difficult role you had to play? That took the longest time. The one that just really was frustrating. That you're so glad you nailed it at the end.
Well, I'm an actor, so I think what we do, you get a character, you get a certain vibe. Like when I read a script, I kind of get, because we're all kind of the same. I think we're all in the same mix. We're all, I know we all like to think we're so uniquely different, but the truth is we have a lot more in common. But every character has a certain signature rhythm, and so you try to find that, and once you find that, and it takes a little work sometimes. You got to research. If a guy works for the post office, and I've never really spent time in the post office, I should really go and hang out at the post office a little bit so I know what his world is like, because, if I were in a different profession or lived someplace differently or was married to somebody different, then I would probably be a little different as well. So you kind of need to know what that world is. So it's a lot of work to kind of find that character rhythm. But once you get it, you got it, and then it's, So Winston was a little bit different than the guy in The Crow, in my mind at least, or the guy in Congo, It's so every character can. So it's all a little work. Some are easier because some things are closer to me than other things. But if I can have the freedom to do my job, it's work, but it's fun.